Looking back on the week that was and forward to the week ahead. It's the Fantasy Football Hustle. Here are your hosts, Brian Drake and Dwain McFarland.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Brian Drake with the Fantasy Football Hustle. Quick waiver update. What we do here is give you a 5-minute overview of waivers before we get into the big show tonight with Dwayne McFarland of Pro Football Focus and myself doing a super deep dive on all the teams and all the players that you need to be adding to your fantasy football roster. Let's start quickly at the quarterback position where my number one player is Ben Roethlisberger. He may have been dropped due to a postponement due to COVID-19, but Ben draws the Eagles this week. In week 5, who are 17th in the NFL versus the pass. The Steelers have a ton of weapons. The Eagles are thin on the back end. They just moved Jalen Mills from safety to corner, and they have no answer for the tight end. So I like Big Ben here in week 5. I like Justin Herbert, the rookie, stepping up, looking phenomenal. He didn't crack 300 yards this week like he did the first two, but will take 290 and 3 touchdowns. Schedule upcoming is great. Saints, Jets, Dolphins, Jags. If you need help at quarterback, you can do a lot worse than Justin Herbert. How about Jimmy Garoppolo? Now, we're not sure if he's going to return this week, but if he does, all his weapons are back, getting healthy, nice little stash. That team's going to come ready to play. At running back, you know, everybody's looking for a running back these days. And how about Joshua Kelly from the Los Angeles Chargers? Austin Eckler went down with a bad hamstring injury. He looks to miss a bunch of time. Kelly's a rookie from UCLA, but he's already carved out a pretty good role in the backfield. He hasn't rushed for more than 65 yards in a game yet, but that should change. He offers a little bit in the receiving game, too. He got 3 catches this week. Look for the Chargers also to involve Justin Jackson, who could be worthy of a claim in some deeper leagues. How about Damian Harris? Did you watch that Monday night game, folks? We said on the show that there's only one running back worth owning in New England, and it's James White, but times may have changed. Harris, the second year back from Alabama, looked electric on Monday night. 17 carries for 100 yards. Sony Michel was placed on IR, and Cam's likely out another week or so with the COVID. Definitely a player you want to look for on the waiver wire. I think you can say goodbye to Rex Burkhead and Sony Michel. Chase Edmonds, a guy who's probably owned in most leagues, but if he's not, you should add him. Kenyon Drake looks terrible. The Cardinals continued to use Edmonds in the passing game over Drake. Edmonds ran 15 pass routes on Sunday to Drake's 0. As a Drake owner, I know this hurts me a lot. Let's go over to wide receiver now, where Brandon Ayuk, the guy who was our number one video watched from the NFL draft, is electric with the ball in his hands. Now, when he's not hurdling guys going into the end zone, he's running jet sweeps for 40 yards. This is an offense that's getting healthy at the right time. Get him on your roster if you can. The guy looks like a lowercase Deebo Samuel, and there's nothing wrong with that. T. Higgins, if you didn't take our advice last week, he continues to look great out there. Target share going up, staple in 3 wide receiver sets. He's a red zone monster, and he's somebody who should be owned in all 12-team leagues. Scotty Miller, wide receiver for the Tampa Bay Bucks. They lost Chris Godwin to an injury. Mike Evans is battling an ankle. O.J. Howard now done for the year with an Achilles. LaShawn McCoy slipped and fell at the retirement home. Miller checks all the boxes. He's on the field. He's got an elite quarterback, and they don't have anybody else. Saw 7 targets this week and scored. Let's go to tight end now quickly to wrap things up. Robert Tonyan from the Green Bay Packers. He scored 3 touchdowns on Monday night. He's on bye in week 5, but I don't care. Tight end is a wasteland, and I want guys who are active around the goal line. This Packers offense is clicking. I want a share of it. I'm going to put in for Robert Tonyan. Mo Alley-Cox of the Indianapolis Colts. Looks like there's a 3-headed monster at tight end for Indianapolis, but he is the guy clicking with Phil Rivers. They don't have Paris Campbell. They don't have Michael Pittman, and MAC, or Mac as we'll call him, has become the apple of Rivers' eye. If you're dying to the position, you can do much worse than Mo Alley-Cox. Finally, Eric Ebron. Philly is the worst at covering tight ends. They have the cheapest linebackers in the league. They couldn't cover me, you, or your grandmother. Go ask Logan Thomas, Tyler Higbee, or George Kittle, who just dropped 183 yards on him. Great plug-and-play option for week number 5. That's it for the 5-Minute Hustle Waiver Podcast. Check us out tonight Fantasy Football Hustle, myself, Dwayne McFarland of Pro Football Focus. Hit that subscribe button and never miss a show. Take care, folks, and good luck in week 5.